STEM classroom kits, available to teachers in the Monroe School District, has been made possible this year thanks to the support of the Monroe Public Schools Foundation and Raritan's of Monroe.
I would say on a scale from 1 to 10, I would put this as a 10. Because you can engineer and you can start out and make one from there, and you can go from there like I did with making a fan with a giraffe. You can start from there and build on, or you can make your totally different thing.
We've just finished putting together our 15th classroom STEM kit, and these notebooks represent those kits. The STEM kits consist of anything from robotics to engineering, design, architecture, a variety of things for students and classroom teachers to be able to explore STEM in the classroom.
Hi, my name is Esther Stanton Daly and I teach science at the high school. And I wanted to talk just a second about how Cublets are used in my classroom. So Cublets are used to teach not only modular robotics for visual coding in my classroom, but we also discuss in biology emergent properties of modular robotics. I use the Cublets also to teach 21st century job skills. Cooperation and collaboration are two job skills that are highly coveted, and also creativity seems to be at the top of the list these days. And so I use Cublets to teach a cornucopia of different skills and concepts.
To figure out the order of the Cublets in order to complete the specific task we wanted to have it do. Cublets also helped us learn a lot of job skills and team building with that. Since we had to work together as a team, we couldn't just work on our own. We had to work together to figure out how to make all the Cublets work and how to get every single movement we needed done.
And you connect them to the iPad that you get with it, and you can actually control whatever you make. So I made a fan, and we made it spin around, and I didn't like it. I thought it was kind of plain. So I engineered and made a little giraffe face to go on it.
I want to tell you about a recent experience I had with my class working with the IQ Builders STEM kit from the district office. And it was fun to watch their brains think like scientists and help them recognizing that they are thinking like scientists. What worked, what didn't? How do we make it better? How do we fix things? What's the purpose in what we're building? And some of them were even able to take their initial creations and expand upon it. The best part about it was, as I walked the room, the ability to see where each student was able to use the STEM kit at their skill level. So I have more STEM kits coming in during the conference week. I'm really excited to be able to bring those and have the kids explore with those concepts as well.
What did you guys build?
We builded a rocket airplane that goes up to space, and then people live in these things. And then it can fly because it has wings, and then they can drive on land because when they get back, they can drive on land.
One of the highlights we had early this year was an opportunity to use the STEM Little Bits kits, and it was a highlight for my students because they were engaged learning about systems and reviewing concepts around systems and talking about forms of energy. And so it was a really neat opportunity for them to build a circuit and to talk to one another about the learning they were experiencing as they came up with their own system. I remember they drew a diagram of their systems, and they talked about how their systems could be used in the real world. And anytime we can get a chance to have those types of kits in the classroom, it's an exciting opportunity for students to be engaged, and we appreciated the opportunity.
One thing that you can also do is you can play music.
Yeah.
You can make it rotate.
Yeah, rotate.
You can make it move the wheels that you attach to it. What are some other things? You can make it play a sound, you can record it, or you can play it off like a dolphin.
You can record something that you say.
Yeah, and then
so
when you
students
turn
had to look at different codes and figure out what colors did which coding, and then they were able to create racetracks to determine if it actually made the Ozobot go faster or slower, and how frequently we need to code that speed pattern to have a faster Ozobot. They were using this technology and exploring it to eventually mimic the driverless cars that are being created in society. So that was the connection, and the goal was to expose students to understanding that coding is really pattern recognition, and they can use those patterns to create a language and force the robots to do actions and examine that world of robotics.
At first, it was only going back backward, but it was fun because we got to engineer it and figure out how to make it go forward. And some things actually went wrong with it, but we figured out how to fix it, and then it worked really well after that.
So let's unpack one of our STEM kits. Each of the STEM kits comes in a durable plastic container, and when a teacher requests a kit, they can request it for a week at a time, and this will get delivered to their school. Inside is a table of contents with some troubleshooting tips. There is a binder, and this binder contains how-to videos. It has more troubleshooting tips. It also has lesson plans. And these lesson plans, most of them are K-12, and most of them fit across all the content areas, how to integrate STEM into what you're already teaching. Literature connections are also really important, and there's some fantastic literature books out there these days that really help to enhance STEM concepts and learning for students. And so each of these kits will contain several books that teachers can use at their liberty to teach STEM concepts through literature. In this particular kit, this is our Cublets kit, and this is a very popular kit. And there are several of these individual kits inside the container. These kits are meant for 2 to 3 students to use together. This really promotes the power skills of the future, the collaboration, the problem solving, etc. So all of our kits are meant to be used in teams of students. Also within the kit, we have extra supplies, and depending on what is being used, batteries, or in this case, we have charging cables with charging boxes. So that is what you would find inside one of our STEM classroom kits.
I didn't think we'd need these at all or anything, but they actually came in handy a lot more.
Kind of go like this.
To make it work, because we had to use it and put it around this and then put it on the tire, and that's how it rolled.
Yeah, I would go like that.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Miss M from Chain Lake Elementary. I have a 1-2 split. We've just finished all of our science units, first grade Animal Superpowers and second grade Animal Adventures. And what we are going to do is add some additional art and writing and some STEM activities. Right now we are taking a look at a book. It's called Cock-a-Doodle-Doo Moo by Keith Duquette. And here it is. And right now my class is using IQ builders to create animals, 2 different animals and some imaginary animals, and then we're going to do some art with that as well. What did you build?
A 10-headed dragon giraffe.
And do you have
used a giraffe and a dragon.
And what would you call your animal?
A dragon.
Perfect.
A grass mixed up with a unicorn mixed up with a Pegasus.
Do you have a single name for that?
A Pegasus.
We are also going to be looking at how Ozobots can overlap and be integrated with STEM into the English language arts, specifically with the story The Odyssey. Students will be looking and analyzing the journey that occurs and the various setbacks that occur, and then using the Ozobots or the Sphero to then course and map out that adventure and the problems and how they can represent it. This will be overlapping the various logic patterns in coding, but also that occur within language and writing. So that's going to be the next connection and the next step occurring this spring.
right? It works, guys. Get over here.
Very, 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 very fun.